Okay, y'all. So I just went on a date with a white man. So his status, he is 6'3". He is 40. No kids. Um, and he works in professional sporting. Um, so we went to this place called First Watch. It is in Westport, Kansas City. It is a breakfast, brunch, and lunch place. And we had, really good conversation. We both have a lot of experience in the service industry and hospitality, so we connected with that. Um, the conversation was just so good, y'all. I was giggling, showing my big white teeth, Lord Jesus. And I just noticed something different from when, like, an African American man, like, gets your number, and then, like, for a Caucasian man or a man of a different race gets your number. Like, for those of a different race, like, they ask you for a date immediately. A black man, he drags it out. He want to talk. He want to have conversation, which, previous conversation before asking on a date is important. But they want to drag it out as long as they possibly can before they feel like they're going to spend a dime on you. Yeah, that's why black men gets left on red. Okay?
I'm not talking about this woman specifically because I don't know her from a can of paint, but I'm going to use her video as an example of something that I see a lot on social media, especially on this app, when it comes to black women speaking on their experience of dating white men and sharing their experience on this app, that they bash black men in the process. And this is even something that I used to do, and I had to learn from it and understand why I was doing that. And that's just through, trauma healing and therapy and all that good stuff. But I feel like black women don't understand that you don't have to bash the entire race of black men just because you've had a few negative experiences with black men and now you're dating outside your race. Because I promise you, as a black woman who has dated more white men than black men, one thing I will say is don't start having this mindset of, oh my God, white men are just so much better than black men, because I promise you, there are bad apples in white men as much as there are bad apples in black men. But do you stop eating apples altogether? No, you just continue to find the good apples. And one thing that I think a lot of people understand is that men can smell desperation. Men can smell the traumas, the daddy issues, the insecurities, whatever the case may be. And if you are not in tune with self, they know how to play against you with that. And as someone who is now more in tune with self and has very strong, discernment and peeps energy like no other, I've had numerous, white men and black men where I'm at pumping gas or in the grocery store, just out and about, asking for my number, and they're attractive and I say no because my discernment's on high. I can peep that they're just trying, a good time but not a long time. They're trying to, have an experience with a black woman because they haven't had one before, or they're trying to play games or whatever the case may be. But as soon as I started my healing journey and understanding, just myself, I've had positive experiences with black men, and I've come across more positive black men than I have before. Not saying that I'll never come across a negative black man again, but I'm just saying that I've had more positive experiences just because my energy and my mindset is different and I'm attracting different, right? Just as much as I've had positive experiences with white men. But I'm just really wanting black women to stop feeling like they have to bash the whole community of black men in the process of sharing their story, especially if they're going to start dating outside their race towards white men and thinking that white men are just so much better than black men, because I promise you that's not the case whatsoever. There are good men in all races. It's just all about using your discernment, knowing who yourself is, and knowing like with the energy of who's trying to play you and who's not. Okay?